All right, folks. So we have Lbry right now, 32% down. This is not a good day for crypto. We can see right after it lost its case with the SEC, it's pretty much plummeted in price. The volume's up a lot, but it's all selling pressure. So for those of you who don't know, Lbry has been in a long case, about 5 years long, with the SEC, and they've basically lost the case, and now they're known as a security. So earlier, they have said, "We lost. Sorry, everyone. We've got to lick our wounds for a little bit, but we're not giving up. We've got a bright team, tens of millions of pieces in content, hundreds of thousands of creators, and one of the most popular Web3 apps in the world. The best is yet to come." So a little bit of the sentiment here. We can see Jeremy Kauffman. He's saying the SEC versus Lbry case establishes a precedent that threatens the entire U.S. cryptocurrency industry. Under this standard, almost every cryptocurrency, including Ethereum and Doge, are securities. The future of crypto now rests with an organization worse than the SEC, the U.S. Congress. So he's a little tongue-in-cheek. He's yelling. Calling out all XRP moon boys with their rocket emojis. Sorry for your loss. Maybe this will bring a reality check to XRP moon boys. Nah, they will just double down and say this is good for XRP or something about a switch. It says scams are bad. Nice username, bro. Did the Lbry case seriously last 589 days? I think it was longer. Let's check real quick. 5+ SEC submissions for anything to happen. But yeah, somehow this will be bullish news for XRP, even though if XRP is a security, they're not going to be able to do what they want correctly in the proper way. So we'll have to see. Ripple will win. Hope so. Says XRP Maxi. I don't know how much you can trust a guy named XRP Maxi, though. So they've responded now. We're going to lick the wounds and keep going. Yeah, it seems like the sentiment's still pretty high. People aren't really tripping too bad. They just got caught red-handed with this whole buy our coin before we ICO or we're a legit coin or anything, and you really can't be doing that. I mean, unfortunately, if you're going to be on regulated exchanges and stuff and try to actually make something of yourself. See what John E. Deaton said. The Lbry decision is a very bad decision. It's why I've been talking about this case for the last year. And it is true that if the reasoning utilized by the judge was the law in the United States, it would serve a death blow. But it is not the law. That's some strong words right there. It is one district judge's interpretation of the law as applied to one specific case. Lbry's lawyers did not contest Howey's second prong requiring a common enterprise. They did not ask the judge to distinguish between secondary market sales and direct sales by a Lbry. Okay, maybe they should have Johnny Deaton as their lawyer, because this guy seems like he knows what he's talking about. In the Ripple XRP case, common enterprise is challenged. In fact, the SEC argued incoherently regarding the common enterprise. At first, the SEC argued Ripple was the common enterprise, but when the SEC was forced to concede that XRP holders do not obtain a legal or financial interest in Ripple, the SEC shifted and through a so-called expert witness argued next that the common enterprise was the entire XRP ecosystem, including exchanges, vendors, merchants, and retail holders. But because, in part, XRP holders fought back and supplied 3K affidavits refuting this alleged expert, the expert backed down and testified that he might have come to an entirely different conclusion if he had known what we were declaring in those affidavits at the time he wrote his report. Wow. So to me, it sounds like XRP might have some better lawyers. Maybe they should have helped out Lbry with some consultation to their lawyers. I don't know, but it sounds like they have a little bit of a different angle they're working on. Or maybe it's the hashtag XRP holders making a difference in the case because they have all these maxis that are willing to, get on the stand and all that and send in evidence. So the SEC abandoned its expert and moved for summary judgment without relying on its expert. Thus, there was no testimony about the XRP ecosystem being the common enterprise. Okay, so maybe it was all the XRP army was like, we ain't saying nothing. Instead, the SEC did what it always does when it doesn't have a good answer. It focused on the token and claimed hashtag XRP itself is the common enterprise. The SEC literally claims that XRP itself represents the common enterprise and represents the investment contract with Ripple. The SEC's argument in the Ripple case is very simple. The SEC is asking the judge to substitute a but-for test for the Howey test. Of course, they don't frame it that way, but that is what they're doing. And then he goes on to say, but for Ripple, executives created the XRPL and the XRP. There wouldn't be a secondary market for XRP. Therefore, all XRP are securities. Comparing Lbry is like comparing apples or oranges, pun intended. Don't get me wrong, it's a shitty ruling, and I'm sure that SEC will make a huge deal to Judge Torres about it, and Gary Gensler might act as if the Supreme Court just handed down a ruling, but we all know better. Wow. I feel bad for Lbry because honestly I feel like not that many people know about like Lbry token, and like everyone's just talking about XRP. Like Lbry is probably like, yo, like we exist. We just like lost a bunch of our token and we're like melting right now. But hey, like everyone just focus on XRP. It looks to me like the XRP volume is pumping a lot right now, but it hasn't really gone down that much. Definitely a lot of eyes on XRP. So I hope you guys appreciate a little bit of those posts there. And I just want to get one more reading of this Reddit post that I think encapsulates the whole situation quite aptly. So let me just get into this real quick. Again, it is a dark day for crypto. So he's just talking about the whole ruling being lost in this post. I put my little like XRP is next comment here. I just have a new Reddit account, so feel free to follow that or give me a shout out or help me out with the karma if you can. I would appreciate it. So I'm gonna read this this cool little post here because I really liked Lab Gone Wrong's take on this. Here's the money shot for all the folks around here who still don't seem to understand how the Howey test works in court. Consistent with broad reach of the Securities Act, this definition embodies a flexible rather than a static principle, one that is capable of adaptation to meet the countless and variable schemes devised by those who seek the use of money or others on the promise of profits. You can call security a token, you can call your share reserves a pre-mine. You can create the token before you bother registering as a legal fiction, and you can whine that no one told you you were a security all you like if you sell something to someone else with the insinuation or promise of making them more money by you doing work to increase the value of something. Then there's a very good chance you're going to go to court and lose. Here's some other machetes cutting through Lbry's narrative of not being a security, which eerily parallel XRP's. What Lbry did claim to know was that the long-term value proposition of Lbry is tremendous, but also dependent on our team staying focused on the task at hand, building this thing, ID. It then closed the post by announcing a policy of neutrality with respect to LBC's price, but plainly stating that over the long term, the interests of Lbry and the holders of LBC are aligned. Definitely not a common enterprise and absolutely no expectation of future profits here. In August 2016, the COO of Lbry, Josh Feiner, emailed a potential investor explaining that the company was currently negotiating private placements of LBC with several other investors and asked the recipient to write him back if there was interest so the two could chat. Hey bro, I'm making this sick project and it's gonna 10x. You want to get it on it before all the other people do? Let me know. The opportunity is obvious, wrote the COO. Buy a bunch of credits, put them away safely, and hope that in 1 to 3 years we have appreciated even 10% of how much Bitcoin has in the past few years. He wraps up Lbry's commitment. He wraps up by pitching Lbry's commitment to building its network. If our product has the utility we plan, the credit should appreciate accordingly. There's like 10 more pages of this stuff. So I guess shilling a pre-mine or like a pre-sale is a no-no if you're trying to be legit. We go back to the Twitter here real quick before we finish here. I think this was pretty funny. They say the F word. The worst part of this whole situation is that even after 5 years of fighting and court ruling, we still honestly don't know how to legally launch a public blockchain in the U.S. Does anyone? I mean, everyone's saying like move to other places. I don't know. I'd say the U.S. money is pretty dang important to have a successful project because we are like a world superpower over here. So I think that we need to start having more precedent for like how to successfully launch these tokens for sure. But at the same time, maybe we should have like a more laissez-faire view on it. That would be ideal. Unfortunately, there's like so many like rug pulls and scams, and it's kind of made a bad name for crypto. So there's definitely a double-edged sword. I don't know if anyone's been like rug pulled or scammed before, but like that's kind of like, you know, those people kind of ruin it for the rest of people. But I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you want crypto to stay completely decentralized, or do you potentially want like regulators to step in and find like a way that, you know, government and crypto can coexist? I know that's like probably no one's going to say that, but I mean, if I'm interested to see if anyone does say it, like what your rationale will be. All right, back with here. Other relevant important determinations for future cases. Lbry also relies on the fact that it informs some potential purchasers of LBC that the company was not offering its token as an investment, but a disclaimer cannot undo the objective economic realities of a transaction. From its inception, Lbry's profitability turned on its ability to grow the value of LBC by increasing usage of the Lbry network. As Kaufman explained in an October 2016 informal business plan, LBC was the means by which Lbry and other early adopters would be able to profit as use of the network increased. It is that by retaining hundreds of millions of LBC for itself, Lbry also signaled that it was motivated to work tirelessly to improve the value of its blockchain for itself and any other LBC purchasers by intertwining Lbry's financial fate with the commercial success of LBC. Lbry made it obvious to its investors it would work diligently to develop the network so that LBC could increase in value. Nothing in the case law suggests that a token with both consumptive and speculative uses cannot be sold as an investment contract. So, we already learned ICO equals security and now pre-mine equals security. The value of the network is intrinsically tied to the value of the token, so there is no distinction. Utility token is irrelevant because its alleged utility still directly influences the value of the token, which is the investment contract. But what about receiving fair notice? This is something Ripple has objected to in their case. That is fair. I mean, I feel like, you know, we're in the Wild West here, so SEC should be like giving us some sort of guidelines. I personally think projects like this, like, I don't know, maybe they deserve like a if you didn't now you know type of situation where they'll be able to let them make efforts and make like a fair deal to start to comply, I mean, with like these regulations if possible. I know some cryptos like can't because like that's the nature of their network and their setup and their business plans and all those strategies they have in place. But yeah, I don't know. The SEC has not based its enforcement action here on a novel interpretation of a rule that by its terms does not expressly prohibit the relevant content. conduct. Instead, the SEC has based its claim on a straightforward application of a venerable Supreme Court precedent that has been applied by hundreds of federal courts across the country over more than 70 years. While this may be the first time it has been used against an issuer of digital tokens, that did not conduct an ICO. Lbry is in no position to claim that it did not receive fair notice that its conduct was unlawful. Wow, okay. Boom. So they're basically saying, like, we've had this same old song and dance with other companies. Just because you're a cryptocurrency doesn't change the fact that you did some stuff you're not supposed to do, like trying to sell people before you even are like a legal entity or anything. That's their argument. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty. They're playing hardball, you know. It is what it is, I guess. I imagine Ripple's argument that they asked the SEC for clarification / guidance will fall equally flat. You don't need guidance because the established precedent is clear, and this is not a departure from it. In a healthy ecosystem, this would be good for crypto. Another bad actor who was tarnishing crypto's reputation got caught blatantly shilling his shitcoin as a security in private, all while claiming in public it was not a security. But everyone knows Ripple has been doing the same stuff, and it's going to come out soon. And as the decision comes down, so people are scared they're going to lose money. Ironically, because it's totally not a security, and I'm really just in it for the technology. When XRP tanks. Damn. What a very well thought out and greatly written take on this entire. I'm gonna give that guy an upvote because that was a great take on this. Wow. Some of the other people saying today is not a good day for crypto. This guy says we'll get through it. Keep your heads up. Judges can't shake the adoption. Power to the people. Power to the people. It really feels like a FUD week. First the Sam versus CZ war out of nowhere, and now this ruling, which was supposed to happen on September 30th. What's next? Wow. Possible FTX meltdown. This is crazy, everyone. The FUD is so real. We're already in like a crazy bear market the last couple months. I really thought things were starting to get a little steamy, though. I feel like volume was like getting a little irregular. Things had gone sideways for a while. We were finding some bottoms. The fuck? No, I didn't want to say that. This guy said, "What is Lbry?" I've never heard of that. That's funny, man. Low key, like who else has heard of Lbry? I'm gonna buy some now. I'm gonna buy some Lbry. Not financial advice. This thing ain't had like no volume at all though. Tiny little market cap. It's pretty down there on the list, so don't beat yourself up if you haven't heard of this coin, because it ain't really that much of a thing. I think its only claim to fame is that they were shady when they started out and they've been around for a while. Alright, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. We're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Just make sure you're diversifying, as always, and have a great rest of your day. Check out liking and subscribing the video if you want to help me. That's all I ask. Support my content. Be awesome. I'm really trying to get this going a little bit more. I know I was feeling a little under the weather and stuff the last like 9 months or so and not making any content, but I'm here, I'm back. And I'm gonna be coming out with some videos for like some picks soon, where I think you should be putting your hard-earned money. Again, it's not gonna be financial advice videos. I've just been doing like news style videos like this for the past few days because I think these are fun and equally as important. But let me know what y'all want, And thank you so much for checking out the video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.